It is midweek. It's Wednesday, May 25th. I'm GHK Lal on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Welcome to today's edition of the National Outlook. We spoke about this recently, but it's important enough that we do revisit it again. Take stock of rising COVID-19 numbers and act. That was the PAHO director, Kaieteur, the PAHO director. That's a wise woman. That's a constructive suggestion that she made in last Thursday's Kaieteur News. Take stock of rising COVID-19 numbers and act. The numbers are increasing. Thankfully, the deaths are minimal. The deaths have been like, I've heard about one. I've heard about 60 plus people, 65 on one day, being tested positive, and some other numbers that are in the dozens or scores. We're not talking about 5 or 10. And let us bear in mind that the numbers we have may not include those who are doing self-testing at home and may be positive, those who are dealing with herbals, those who are dealing with other forms of self-treatment, and who are outside the official health net, meaning that they haven't reported it, that they haven't come forward, they haven't visited a medical institution that is obligated to report these things. So the numbers can be higher, and I think that the words of the PAHO director, Etienne, is very, very timely. We have let down our guard, and so it's going to be very difficult to tell people to be vigilant and to be orderly. I passed on the way on Cam Street to get here to Kaieteur Studio on last Friday, and there were some people in a line at one of the banks on the outside. And what I did notice, a few had on masks, some didn't, because masks are optional now. And the second thing, there was no 6 feet separating people. It was more like 2. In other words, I could reach and touch with my fingers, my hand, the next person, the person in front of me, and the person behind me could do the same thing. So we are not keep observing the protocols that have served us, which I so well from before. I will not speak about curfew, but we are on to business as usual, as though nothing is happening. Well, I'll tell you what is happening. 1 million people have died in the United States with all its advanced technologies, and that's frightening, isn't it? 1 million Americans have died. And that's the most advanced society in the world. And our numbers now are creeping up again, so there has to be some anxiety officially and individually. The Minister of Health, in his wisdom, says we must take precautions. I think that's wise as far as it goes. But the government needs to do some more. I mean, it really ought not to have relaxed restrictions, but that's beside the point now. And my concern is, how do we tell people to get back to that state where they were alert and they were cooperative and they were compliant? I think it's going to be extremely difficult for us to go back to that state there. And we're going to start over all of the bickering and the quarreling of before. Look, I've been vaccinated, as you know. I'm waiting for a new booster as soon as it becomes available. And I think those of you who didn't should. Give yourself some protection. Take warning. The numbers are rising. And what I see in the environment is imperiling. It's dangerous. It's endangering. So please, do your part. And I call upon the government to do its part. It knows more than me what it should do. I'm GHK Lal on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for listening to the National Outlook.